friends. Hello. Put that here for now. Oh, I wish I could put it somewhere like right where you guys could see it. That's okay. Hello, everyone. It is morning time, and what I've learned today is that I don't look super great on camera in morning. My skin is like so red. Good morning. Hi. So it's 11 a.m. my time, not super early or anything like that. But this is the time of day I often find myself doing my witchy shit. So I will, part of my kind of daily routine is to make my coffee. Sometimes I smoke a joint as well, but to make my coffee, to go sit into my room, to read my tarot cards. Especially on Sundays, I end up reflecting on the week or looking forward to the next week, that kind of stuff. And this is like the best part of my day. And when I started, hold on, I just want to adjust this a little bit. Cool. Okay, maybe that was not cool. Every time. My bad. It's the best part of my day, and I started doing this when I worked at the witch store because I started at noon. Beautiful. So I didn't have to wake up early. Most of the time I didn't have to wake up with an alarm, which was really great. And I usually had at least a whole hour to sit and to decompress before I started my day. And that's when I became a morning person. Go figure. I've hated mornings ever since I was a child. Like, couldn't get me out of bed for school for nothing, right? Even if it was something I wanted to do, you couldn't get me out of bed because I was just so exhausted. And part of that is because I stayed up late a lot of the times. As a kid, you know, nighttime was the only time no one else was around. It was nice and quiet. I've learned that mornings are also nice and quiet when no one else is around. New thing I've come to enjoy about them. So I hated it. And then when I had this time to take an hour with my coffee and to read my tarot cards and to journal a little bit, just, you know, be a little bit mindful and a little bit spiritually connected, I found that I really like mornings, that I really like the rest of my day even. So I thought that we could do that today. I thought it would be really fun. Today, well, I guess it was around like 9:45, so a few hours ago, the moon was in its, you know, bright, shiny new phase. The new moon is when the moon is between, it's in the same part of the sky as the sun. It's between the sun and the earth, so we don't see that beautiful reflection. So when we have a full moon, it's the opposite, right? We see the reflection of the sunlight on the moon at nighttime. When it's new, we don't see that. So not only is it the new moon, right, when it seems to be rebuilding itself, starting, you know, Monday, you might start to see little slivers start to show up, right? The moon is rebuilding, rebirthing, coming back to life. So that's the reason why a lot of our magic is focused that way, but it's also very aligned with solar magic. It's very aligned with the power of the sun. It's like a moon phase for doing sun magic. Does that make sense? So today's new moon is in the sign of Leo, which is ruled by the sun. So we have this extra sunny kind of atmosphere that is really great for magic. Solar magic is it's this powerful push, right? It's inspiring, it's creative, it's a little bit extra, it's like shiny, it's attractive, it's new. And so this new moon has really has that kind of powerful punch. So if you want to use the new moon for some sort of manifestation, for bringing a goal to fruition, for examining some goals, this is a great time to do all of that. If you have a new project coming up, something new, especially something kind of creative, this is a really good time to do magic to make sure that you're ready to, you know, bring in some extra inspiration to ensure success, all of that kind of fun stuff. It's just a really nice moon in general. It's a nice new moon. New moons, you know, scientifically speaking, this is the time of the month when people tend to sleep the best. Because there is no moon in the sky, right? The darker it is, the deeper and kind of longer that we can sleep. Which is why I cannot sleep with the curtains closed if I need to wake up in the morning. This is a good moon to manifest. You're right, Corey. Super good moon to manifest anything. You're going to be well rested. I feel, super well rested today. Even though it is the least sunny day on the planet outside, even though I woke up this morning to literally the loudest thunder or lightning that I have ever heard in my life. Like, it was unusual. Even though I woke up to a not sunny day, I have the kind of energy as if I did. Love that. So it's a good time to make stuff happen, not just, scientifically because you're probably sleeping a little bit better, but because of this new moon in Leo, just brimming with kind of solar energy. Fun, right? I actually did some fun stuff. So Leo is a very creative sign. It's creative. For some people that translates to artsy creative, and for other people it does not translate to artsy, but still very creative. And I find that especially true with Leos. People who think they're not creative because they can't paint, or they can't, choreograph an entire dance, or they don't act in plays or whatever. They don't do those classically artsy things, but they're incredibly creative, in the kitchen, or they come up with fun ideas for things to do. I always find Leo people are especially like that. They think they're not creative, but they really, really are. I actually had a little bit of fun. So it's a creative sign, right? And I was feeling a little bit crafty. So I have these bright yellow candles. And what I did to make it a little bit better for the new moon is I covered it in black wax. Covered it in black wax. And I carved the Leo sign in there. So I'm hoping I get to see this like spill out of yellow. Super fun. So if you wanted to do something crafty or creative or artsy for this moon, work a spell like that, this is a great time. Manifesting new opportunities. Perfect time to manifest new opportunities. So Leo's creative, anything creative, new projects, new stuff, finding different ways to do things. We're also in Lunasa season, so craftsman type stuff, all of that is really good for right now. Leo is also the sign of, they say drama, drama as in drama, but drama also as in, acting. And the reason for that is Leos are kind of always performing, they're performers. And this has both positive and negative connotations, of course, right? Leos have a tendency to be the life of the party. They're someone that everybody recognizes, someone everyone knows. Maybe everyone knows their name and everybody's watching them at the party. They're the center of the conversation. That kind of stuff. Sometimes it's a good way and sometimes it's a bad way. People are still people, right? But that's kind of their overall vibe is, look at me. Look how wonderful I am. Leo is also a sign of confidence, like confidence, a lot of self-confidence, a lot of belief in yourself. The reason everybody thinks Leo is so great is because Leo thinks they're great. And it's really hard to argue with that. Some Leos say it outright, while others are just, they're very content with themselves and with who they are. And they're very quick to express themselves in a really authentic kind of way. Because they think they're great, right? This is a really fun sign, literally a really fun sign that is often associated with youth and your inner child and kind of lightening up. Leos know how to have fun. They're a fixed sign, they're kind of stubborn. It can be, we're having fun this way or no way at all. But they are a sign of fun and of kind of youthful creativity. You know how as a kid, you always had something to do and you never really had to think that hard about it. I mean, when you look back, it's like, what were we even doing? We were just running around, like literally just running in circles, yelling a certain thing. Kids are always creating little jobs for themselves, little games for themselves. They're always creating whatever it is that they're going to do. The world is literally their fucking oyster, and they're just designing it as they go. And that is a really good Leo kind of energy. So, on one hand, if you feel like you have been too serious lately, you have not been in touch with your inner child, you have not been having fun. Maybe you've been so focused on getting ahead at work by working really hard, keeping your head down. This is a good time to say, maybe I need to get ahead at work by doing something a little bit different, by being a little bit silly, a little bit creative, by getting noticed at work, something like that. So kind of approach it from that vibe. it's a good time to lighten up, to have fun for the sake of fun, especially if you've been going through a really hard time or something really difficult lately. This is a good time to kind of shake that out and get ready, be like, okay, that's over, and now I'm stepping into this whole new world where this isn't an issue anymore, and I'm going to approach it with this more positive outlook. Great time for that kind of stuff. So I would love to know if you guys have any goals, any kind of manifestations, any ideas for things that you might want to bring into your life over the next 2 weeks until we come back to the full moon. Because right now the moon is growing, right? It's waning, it's filling up. So this is a time to do that same thing, is to bring things in and to fill your life up with magic. So what are you guys working on? A few of you said you're manifesting new opportunities and goals. I'd love to hear about them. Also, I've got some candles going here so I can, throw a little magical energy your way. So this is the yellow candle that's inside that black one. And it smells citrusy. It's nice. I know a few things I'm working on. One of them is getting noticed more, but getting noticed for the right things, mainly at work. Getting my work noticed, I guess. I'm trying to get back into working all the time and, just trying to build that back up. But also I want to be able to express myself a little bit more authentically, and I know Leo can help me with that. I need better self-esteem. I mean, who doesn't? But I really want different self-esteem. Let's just say it that way. Ooh, I really want to manifest something that is a little further away, a couple of years, regarding moving out of state. We want to get out of Texas and move to Seattle. It's actually a great one. That is definitely something that you can work on over time. I'm gonna turn, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I have a lot of stuff in the way. I'm gonna turn the phone around for 1 second, Corey, because I have something I kind of want to show you. So what this is, I think I got the idea from Lisa Marie Basile, probably the writer, Magical Writing Grimoire, Jesus. But it was to focus on a goal and have all of these little brainstorming bubbles coming out on ways that you can accomplish that goal, like different steps to accomplishing the goal. And I also created a sigil for the goal and put that all over. And the goal was to own my own house one day, right? So this is years in the future. And I'm just gonna turn you around. Don't look at how dirty my house is. But you can see I thought of all different things that I have to do first before I can get to the home buying type stage. So it's stuff like, saving money, filing back taxes, realizing how blessed I am, finding a great neighborhood, get my personal finances and business finances more organized, understanding the basics of mortgages, just stuff like that, right? And actually, I got to it recently. I had said I stay in my cheap apartment, like this one, long enough to save money, and I actually changed that and I put that a cheap apartment, and I redid my little sigil because that needed to change. So do it in a way that means that some of these kind of more specific goals can change over time. But that is actually something that I did, and I hang it at my desk where I can see it all the time. And sometimes when I'm stressing out, I kind of focus on it, and I'm like, I'm gonna own my own house one day. Creating new literary projects. That sounds wonderful, Kathy. It sounds lovely. The job I have applied for is closing on August 11th, so I'm manifesting an interview and the confidence to rock it. Good luck. That's going to be awesome, Christina. Good luck. Okay. For the past many years, the great blue heron has been a guide for me. Now that I'm back in the Midwest, the pelican has been showing up for me a lot more. It's more playful, communal, and laid back. So today I have a pelican on my altar for the first time. What an awesome, and that is a perfect kind of energy flip. The heron is much less, what was the word? Playful. Much less playful and laid back. Herons are a little bit more, they're a very classy bird, right? They're like a very royal type bird. I love them so much. We have them in the wetlands here. But what a fantastic time for kind of more pelican energy that is a little bit more fun and laid back, a little bit more focused on that. So good luck. That's excellent. Just being more open to career opportunities. Wanting to manifest that process falling into place. Being able to keep my job as a remote worker and to have my husband find a job to remote work as well. Good luck. I hope you guys get that. One thing that is, I think, going to be positive coming out of this pandemic is that I think a lot of jobs, I think they've been afraid to let people work from home because they think people won't be productive. You know, they always think that. And there are definitely times working from home where I'm like, fuck work, I'm at home. I definitely do that at times. But in general, that is not the case. People can work from home and they can still get work done. They can still be connected to their coworkers. They can still, you know, be in on everything that's happening. So I think it is going to be a little bit easier to continue to, you know, work from home, even if you move in the going forward in the future. I think that's just going to get easier. Yeah, I guess it is a little vision board, right? I made it kind of green and viney and earthy because that just feels like a home vibe to me. Also, it's got that kind of growth energy. But yeah, that's one of my favorite little spells that I've done recently because every now and then I'll just pick something on there that I need to work on. You know, understanding mortgages, understanding how taxes work a little bit better, understanding credit cards and all of that fucking shit. I'm so bad with anything to do with finances. So I've been trying to learn. And it's because I have this staring at me all the time. That's so cool. See, I would love the idea to have the option. You know, I really miss working outside my house a lot. And now that coffee places are opening up, I think I might, you know, get a laptop that I can actually take places and leave the house more. But yeah, having that option to work from home or your office, that's beautiful. What a wonderful, what a wonderful option to have. Lisa, hi. I just mentioned you. Oh, I'm so glad you see me. Good morning, everyone. Still got my coffee going. That's great. Those are super great goals. Good luck with all of them, everybody. Leo is a super lucky sign as well. I always think so anyways. I find a lot of fiery signs are very lucky. So glad to see you too. I was talking about something, I think it was from the Magical Writing Grimoire. It was basically a vision board. I would turn my phone around, but it's really dirty in my phone. So glad to see. I'm so glad to have you guys here. This is obviously a pretty decent time of day to do this because there's quite a few people that have been able to show up just as much as afternoon time. I might do this again in the future. I like morning. I like morning. Now that I know that if I magic it up, my morning is much, much better. I like that a lot. Yeah. Oh man, I feel like we don't create enough vision boards. This is a really good time for like dreaming in general. Like Leo is it's a really good sign for kind of dreaming big, right? Dream big. It's a good sign for that. I don't think we do that enough, especially not lately where it's like even dreaming about going to the grocery store is like, oh, am I actually going to be able to do that? I could die. Horrifying. What else did I have here? Oh, some magical tools you might want to work with. Good crystals for this new moon. One of them is goldstone. I'm hoping you guys will actually be able to see the sparkliness. Yeah, goldstone. Goldstone is really, really great for solar and fiery kind of magic, and it's really, really good for getting noticed. That's why this is in bracelet format. It's one that I'll wear to interviews or something where I want to be noticed. I want people to see me, to pay attention to me, so that I can, you know, say what I have to say, that kind of thing. This is not a natural stone. This was one that was created apparently by monks. It's glass and copper, basically. And copper is a very attractive attractive metal, right? It's a Venusian metal, which I think Leo is a sign that it's not ruled by Venus, but I feel like it would be Venus's friend. It's got very Venus type energy to it. So I think goldstone is kind of perfect for that. It's also good for, you know, attracting things, making things happen, new projects, bringing in prosperity and success, that kind of stuff. The other is labradorite, is the like moonstone of the new moon. And galaxyite is a version of labradorite that's just a little shinier and a little bit kind of brighter. So I thought that was a really good stone for this Leo new moon. You know, it's got this new moon vibe, but it's also got this very kind of shiny, wacky, brand new, what is this word that I'm looking for, like rebirthing type energy. And you get a little more of that with the galaxyite than you do with the kind of standard labradorite. And that could be used for anything. That could be used to help with your psychic energy. So if you guys are doing divination, stuff like that, it's really good for cleaning your aura. So if this is one of those times when you want to do yourself a little cleansing, galaxyite's my favorite for that. It's also, again, very good luck. It's super good luck. It's good luck, it's happy type energy while still being very like spiritually connected. So those are two good stones if you guys want to work with any. The flower so I encircled my little Leo candle with flowers. And the flower I chose is calendula or marigold. It's like the next best thing to sunflowers, right? It's dry. You know, guys, you guys know what marigolds look like. I don't need to. But I surrounded it with these. These bring in that new moon energy, or that solar energy, I mean. That Leo energy, good for this particular new moon. And they're also very healing, cleansing, manifesting, all that kind of stuff. Finally, this is a really good time for oils and perfumes and stuff. Yeah! Leo is a really pretty sign. It's a sign that likes to be pretty. So I've been wearing my little like solar perfume. Yeah! Oh, I love this. Energetic and generous. I like that. Generosity is probably a good thing to focus on during Leo. When it comes to the signs, you know, there are good and bad ways to get noticed. There are good and bad ways to try to draw attention to yourself. And I think it's great to kind of balance those out around this time. So when you're working on your self-esteem or something like that, you know, also stay humble. When you're working on bringing stuff in, you know, make sure to be generous and to share with others at the same time, to kind of, you know, focus on the entire energy rather than just little bits and pieces. I love that. Energetic and generous. Those words sound really nice together. Solar Flare perfume. Sweet orange and cloves with garnets and a cannabis seed in there. A little bit spicy. Clove is good for the new moon, and a little bit sweet, and sweet orange is sweet. Likewise, anything where you're dressing up. Wearing yellow, wearing kind of solar motifs and stuff like that. Any sort of fashion magic, great time. Super great time. I'm so glad you guys could come this morning. I'm having a good time. Not even 11:30, excellent. I made it. Isn't that fun? So it's olive oil with sweet orange oil and clove oil, and then inside I put, I don't know if you guys can see with the label there, I put 1 or 2 cannabis seeds and then a few little pieces of garnet. The bottles, oh, I got those on Amazon. I just typed in empty roller bottle, perfume bottle or whatever, and I got a set that, you know, they're all different colors. It's my new favorite thing that I'm doing. Making perfumes and oil blends and stuff like that. I got real creative during this pandemic. Picked up a lot of fun new things that I started doing. Which is great. It's a good creative time. You guys want to make some perfume? So 11:30, what else did I want to do? I wanted to do, yes, I used olive oil. You can use most of the carrier oils. Sweet almond oil is really great, stuff like that. But olive oil, I find I don't. If you use the if you use the light, like the extra virgin, super light stuff, it doesn't have a smell or anything like that, and it stays on your skin kind of nice. But olive oil soaks in, you know. Almond oil doesn't necessarily; it stays on the outside. Olive oil really soaks in a lot faster. Yeah, right from the kitchen. I use the same olive oil for cooking I do for witchcraft. I reach for that same bottle. Super fun. Something else I wanted to do, because I didn't get them up this week, is do some weekly witch vibes. It's Sunday. It's a good time for that anyways. I had kind of a wacky week. If you guys want to hear about it, I'll totally tell you. But I had kind of a wacky week, and I didn't get a lot of stuff done. But I was really wishing we had those weekly witch vibes. So I grabbed a few decks, and I can pull a few cards for us for the next week coming up. Before I do that, does anyone have any questions or anything they want to share about the Leo new moon? Or if you want to share something that you're working on, you know, have all of us kind of put your energy in, please feel free. Please feel free. Cooking is witchcraft. It certainly is. Cooking certainly is witchcraft. I mean, cookbooks just look like big grimoires to me. I really insist on having a big ass cookbook for that reason. It's got to look arcane. Trying to make a little space. So I grabbed a few decks for us today, and including the Halloween tarot. I'm so glad it's not just me. Oh man, I can't wait for fall type vibe started so early this year. Like 2 weeks ago, I was like, is it too early to listen to Halloween music? It was too early. I don't want to wear it out. But I'm so glad it's not just me, and we're all like, okay, is it fall yet? So psyched. Can't wait for fall. So I grabbed the Halloween tarot deck. It's also very fun and youthful, so it's good for any time of year. But especially now that we're all like jonesing for Halloween. So ready for spooky bitch season. Fuck me too. You know what I thought of the other day? Last year we didn't have trick-or-treaters, right? Because of the pandemic. August 1st is Halloween season. It is! That's what I always say. I actually have like an August Halloween playlist where it's like spooky songs that aren't too specifically, like they're not like novelty songs. Ready for sweater weather, but not quite winter. I'm never ready for winter, let's be real. Yeah, we're in Halloween season, so that's what's happening. But I started thinking about kids and trick-or-treating, and oh my god, I am so excited to see kids trick-or-treating. Like, I am so excited. I bet they're going to be pumped, you know, like picking out their costume. It's going to be old school. They're going to put some work into it. I'm really ready. I hope I see lots of cute kids in costumes this year. August is hot autumn. Oh my god, that's so real. August is hot autumn. I know. I've been like making tea at night, and I'm sitting here sweating in front of the air conditioner, but I'm drinking my hot tea. Like, oh, I just want fall so bad. I'm just so done. Summer is so much better when you can really go out and enjoy it, and I just couldn't very much this year. August is hot autumn. Fuck, that's real. That is like the truest statement I've ever heard. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I had a whole little phase like 2 weeks ago where I watched, like, I stuck to summertime ones where they're at like camps and stuff like that, but I watched a bunch of scary movies, and I was like, is it Halloween yet? I need a pumpkin spice mug. Oh man, absolutely. This is I have pumpkin spice flavored cream in my coffee right now. I forgot about it till just this minute. It smells like cinnamon. You know what it tastes like? Dutch speculoos cookies that are shaped like windmills and that are very cinnamony. It's exactly what this cream tastes like. Fuck, I want some. August is hot. Autumn. Yeah. I've had this urge to. Ooh, pumpkin spice chai. I've had this urge to watch Practical Magic, and that is definitely like a nice fall movie, right? I feel like this is the #1 thing that unites witches. Like, like even if you don't like the cold, everybody loves fall. It's so spooky, and I don't know. It's like my heart calms down for the entire season. You know, everything cools down, so I'm not as freaked out and sweaty all the time. I can wear my comfy clothes all the time whenever I want, so I always have that little bit of comfort. I just feel better. Just feels better than any other season. That's a witchy thing. So I am going to I'm going to pull some cards here. I'm going to start with the Halloween tarot since we're so into it. I love it. I missed it. I haven't seen this deck in a couple months at least. Oh, that's awesome. Oh my gosh, Midler. I feel like I will see a fairy in September. Absolutely. It's a magical time. I think September is a really magical time. I feel like I go to the park so much more. I go to the woods just so much more. We pretend those YouTube autumn videos are our window and cuddle up with the AC on cold. I do the exact same thing. I do the exact same thing. Oh, I'm one of those people that turned on the fireplace channel in the wintertime when I needed to feel a little bit more cozy. And I absolutely will put on some like fall, like ambiance type video on YouTube and just chill. I might do that today. There's so many that like, I feel like everybody has a special one. I would love to, if you guys have any of these, these videos that like kind of make you feel like it's fall. Texas doesn't have a true autumn, it certainly doesn't. If you guys have any of these videos that make you feel like it's fall, please feel free to share them in the group. I actually find, you know what, if you type in Lo-Fi for Witches is my dude. If you type in, and I find it's consistent every time, but like those Harry Potter ambiance, even if you're not a Harry Potter person, it sounds of like castles and crunching leaves and cats and like candles and fireplaces and with like little medieval strings and stuff. Like it's so great. It's so great. Even if you're not into Harry Potter, it's just kind of magically vibed castle ambiance. It makes me laugh. Lo-Fi for Witches. Oh my god. Yeah, get out those lo-fi tunes. Oh, Lord of the Rings would also have that fun kind of fantasy vibe. Plus, if you get to see any scenery, it's New Zealand, which is like lovely. Lo-Fi for Witches only playlist on Spotify. It's all by one band. That's fun. Yeah, this is, oh man, I'm so glad you guys are psyched for fall. I'm psyched for fall. I'm getting real into fall vibes. So let's pull at least one Halloween tarot card. If not two, I might pull two. Let's pull two, why not? It's an extra Halloween. I keep forgetting what I'm doing. That one. What do I have here? Oh, this is actually really lovely. Oh, these are lovely. Two of my faves. So first I pulled the Queen of Pumpkins. This is a great card for all of you that are trying to manifest things, especially related to jobs, money, home, all of that kind of thing. This is a sign that this is a really good time to focus on that. The Queen of Pumpkins is a very like abundant figure. She always has a bunny. I always focus on the bunny, but she always has a bunny, and I love that. She's a very abundant figure. She's very good with money. She's also very good at making money. She's also very generous. She's generous. She's good at sharing with others. She's a very nurturing and caring person by helping to provide for others without forgetting to provide for herself. So there's an element of make sure that you get what you want for you. Queen of Pentacles, it is. Ever on my altar. That's perfect. That's perfect. This is a perfect vibe for if you're trying to attract a new job, if you're trying to, advance yourself at your job, if you're trying to prove yourself in that arena, if you're looking for a new home, if you're trying to, work towards a new home situation. She's also pretty good for that because she's our earthy queen, Queen of Pentacles. I forget what I was going to say next, but my mind goes blank a lot when I'm here with you guys. But yeah, so she's really great. She's a great manifestation queen. She's really good at taking care of yourself and taking care of others. Putting on your own mask before you put on the mask of someone else. She is exactly that figure, and I think she's great for right now because generosity is fantastic. But as soon as you start giving when you don't have enough to give and you're actually taking from yourself, that becomes a huge problem. That is a way of avoiding vulnerability with others, and recognizing when you're doing that. It's a pride thing, right? No one wants to admit that they need help, especially with something that might be kind of earthy focused, so like money, finances, home, that kind of stuff. No one likes to admit that they need help or that they are not in a position to help others right now. That's a hard thing to admit. But it's an important boundary to set, not only for others, but for yourself. It's a way of being vulnerable with the people that you care about. That doesn't mean you have to tell all your business to everybody, obviously, but just remember that in your interactions with other people in your life going forward this week. Remember to help where you can, and to help yourself when you have to. And then we have the Star. The Star is the card of hope. It's the hope card. It's so beautiful. So it's the card of hope, of renewed hope, of looking forward, of waiting for the good to come, expecting the good, seeing the positive. It's also a very magical card. So it's the Star card, I find, is very, the moon is very intuitive, right? The sun is more of a solar plexus type vibe. The Star is more of an up here type vibe. So I find the Star to be a good card for like spiritual connection, working with anything star focused, astrology, etc., etc. But especially empathy, psychic empathy, spiritual empathy, but connecting with the feelings of others, recognizing the feelings of others, working with your own feelings. It's an emotional card. It's a very soothing and calming and healing type card. So this is a good time to work on soothing and healing and calming some of your emotions. If you want to get in touch with your inner child for the next week because of our new moon and Leo kind of energy, if you want to focus that way, this is a really good card to either work with you as a talisman or to highlight the need to heal some of that, to renew hope that maybe was lost to you because of something you experienced as a kid. So this is a really good card to tell you that this might be a good time to clear out some pain and replace it instead with hope for the future. In my Mythic Tarot deck, the image on the Star card is Pandora opening the box and letting everything loose, and the last thing that is left there is feelings of hope. I love that card. So that is a really great energy. So all of you who are trying to manifest right now, these cards are a great sign that you're doing it right, that good things are on the horizon, that you can look forward to a positive outcome in the future, which is great. I always worried I'm going to come up here and I'm going to do one of these, and then it's just going to be the worst reading in the whole world. It's going to be so sad or negative. So glad that's not happening. I don't know what I would do. I don't know if I would lie and be like, everything's great. Maybe I'd try to see it all from the positive angles. I do stuff like that. It's part of the reason I don't do a lot of professional tarot readings anymore. I don't want to deliver bad news. I live in fear of it. 9 of Swords the other day. Yeah, I pulled 10 of Swords earlier this week. It was not fun. Fuck those swords. So glad I didn't pull any this time. No more swords going forward. Now we have pumpkins and stars. Pumpkins and stars. I dig that. So this is the Magic of Flowers Oracle. And just a heads up, I do use the book with this one because Tess wrote the book so well. It's got like direct little pieces of advice and actions and stuff that you can take with the particular card. So just a heads up, I'm gonna look in the book. I know it makes me look a little less, just a little less badass, just a heads up. Okay. Magic of Flowers, a flower for the coming week. There we go. Ooh, classic. We got Rose. This is great. Leo rules, every zodiac sign rules a body part, right? Leo rules the heart. It rules the entire heart area, which means, you know, you might be working with some heart activating type energy. And that's definitely what you have with Rose. Rose is also an incredibly spiritual flower. It's said to be, it's said to have one of the highest spiritual vibrations of any living thing on the planet is the rose flower. So what this signals is usually things like abundance, beauty, spiritual connection, like high energy, not high energy, high vibe. There's no other way to say it. Oh, I hate those expressions, but they're so good. So taking that to a next level, a positive level, a really heart-nourishing level. So abundance, beauty, friendships and relationships, self-love, self-confidence, as well as spiritual connection. Those are the kind of vibes that you have coming for the next week. Some of the energies to work with. So this kind of Leo vibe that we've got going on for today is actually going to continue for a little bit of the week. So that's nice. We have a nice positive week coming up. So what this card can mean is that it's a time to open your heart. So if you have been feeling, you know, some effects of pain or relationship pain, either friendly or romantic or what have you. If you've been feeling some of that, if you've been closing yourself off to others, if you've been afraid of others, this is a really good time to open your heart up to other people, to connect with others, to do a little more within your relationship. So to communicate more with the people that you love, maybe spend time with them if it's safe, and to connect with them on a more heart level. So being a little bit deeper, revealing some of your vulnerabilities. She also says things like, make a habit of seeing everyone as deserving of love. For example, you might choose to see each person and animal you encounter as their mother would see them, or as you might see your own mom. And I think that is really lovely. Like, you know, you choose to see, moms just see only the best in their kids, right? Or they see their kids in the best light. That's where that expression comes from. Not all moms, obviously, but that's the idea, is that no matter what, when you look at your kid, you see them through this lens of love and of acceptance and of I think they're the best. So look at everything that way, but especially yourself. For the next week, this is a really good time to love yourself and to, if you're doing magic for anything to do with, you know, attraction, with manifesting, also think about self-confidence and about loving yourself. So when you start writing out the job you want or the things that you want, also put the reasons you deserve that, and there are many. Do not stick to one thing. The reasons you deserve that, all the things that make you great, that make you deserve that new job, you know, put that right down or focus on that right along with your intentions of what it is that you want. What do you want and why do you deserve to get it? Because you absolutely do. You just have to say why. Likewise, rose is a good flower for kind of a leadership vibe. So you might find in your relationships that you have to kind of take the reins and make some decisions this week. You might find that your relationship needs a leader and you're the only one stepping up. And that's okay. Yeah. Yeah, I was actually thinking of you, Christina, because you said you're looking to attract this job. Think of all the reasons why you deserve this job. You know, you're experienced, you're qualified, you're, you know, a good people person, you're good with, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's a really great way to get into your head that you are definitely going to get this, because it's exactly right for you. That's kind of my go-to when it comes to anything like manifestation. Is I think of why I want it, but also why it's the right thing for me. So with I own my own home vision board. You know, I didn't just focus on stuff I need to do to get that, but I thought about the things that will be great about having my own home, the reasons I deserve that, the reasons that I really want that, the feelings that brings up, and the way that I can, you know, give back once I have that accomplished. One way is I want to plant fruit trees kind of at the border of my property and put a little like bench there so people can sit. I'm a city girl, right? So I'm going to be living in the city. So people can sit and they can eat the whatever, the apples or the peaches or whatever I decide to plant. Yeah, there you go. Very cool. Yes, fruit trees. Yeah, I'm a. I can't imagine. I can't imagine living on a property with more than one fruit tree. I would go nuts. Like I would be in those trees constantly. As a kid, we had a cherry tree. I lived in it. I let my mom think it was birds and squirrels eating all her cherries, and it was not. It was me. I mean, there were birds and squirrels there too, but I ate way more. Mulberry trees, I just decimate. Any sort of berry, really. I'm just in it. I'm, you know, knee deep in raspberry thorns. I'm crawling through blackberry and blueberry bushes. I'm just going. I know. My sister moved into a new house that has an apple tree up front, and we thought maybe it was a crab apple tree, because they're all crab apple trees, but it's not. It's real. And every day, like every time I go there, like, you know, once or twice a week, I'm like, oh, look at that. Look at that. Are they ready? They're not ready. The skin is so big. An apple orchard in my backyard. I would eat nothing but apples for like weeks at a time. I'm such a fruit fan. Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah, there is not enough food growing on this planet. Like, it's just outrageous how much space where some food could be growing. It doesn't all have to be food, right? Everything doesn't have to have a purpose like that. It doesn't all have to serve us humans, right? But with the number of homeless people and poor people and, you know, just people that go without that we have in this world, like even in my own city, I think, Jesus, there could be fruit trees, like just one fruit tree, you know, on corners, on medians, you know, in random parking lots, stuff like that, on people's yards. There could be fruit trees absolutely everywhere. And this year, actually, I was picking mulberries at some of the, they're everywhere, right? I was picking some mulberries. I was going to make a pie, but I just sat and ate them out of the bowl. And a few people who live around here, and I know that they are homeless, that they live on the street, they had no idea the berries were edible, let alone delicious. They had absolutely no idea. Berries that grow in alleys and stuff around here, you don't want to eat. They're usually not anything edible because people don't care to plant edible things. So it's mostly berries that you don't want to eat that come up. They had no idea that these trees were full of fruit. They camp out there all the time. They had no idea, and I felt so bad for them. I'm like, oh my God, no one told you? it makes me incredibly upset. I want to make little signs and just put them near mulberry trees. These berries are edible and they're delicious. They will be in season from now until whenever. And it already ended, but you know, I think next year I might just get those signs made. Why not? Why not just start putting them around town in the public areas, right? Not on people's lawns. Sorry, I'm very into fruit trees. It's something that I dream about with my own future house. Fruit trees, flowers, something pretty to look at. So what I have here is our Sacred Self-Care Oracle. So the Leo new moon, it's a good time to care for yourself, especially to like kind of pump yourself up, you know, increase your self-confidence. But in general, we should always be caring for ourselves all the time. That's why I pull one from this deck every week. So let's look at a way that we can care for ourselves this week, either with, doesn't seem like we're going to have a lot of challenges coming up, but either because of that or just life. Yeah, that's a good one. Make a vision board. Man, I love divination. Like, this is so... Is that book accessible right now? Where is it? Magical Writing Grimoire. It's in my bedroom. So the vision board I made, I got the idea from the Magical Writing Grimoire. And basically what you need is a piece of paper and pens and stuff and a bunch of tea light candles. You light a tea light candle for every single idea that's on there and you burn those down, and then I put it on my wall. So highly recommend checking out the Magical Writing Grimoire. There's an idea in there. But make a vision board. So for those of you that are using this time to try to manifest something, to try to attract something, to try to bring new things into your life, to try to start a new process. You know, with Corey, you're trying to start a whole new life, and moving to another state starts well before you actually get to the state, right? There's build up, there's work involved in saving up and getting the paperwork ready and getting the jobs ready and all of that kind of stuff. So this is a good time to start that new journey, and this might be something that you could find helpful. So when it comes to moving, you could look at things like, you know, find pictures of places in Seattle that you want to go. Find places you want to go. You know, find pictures of restaurants that might be your new hangout, of the witchy shops in town. I always look at the witchy stores in different cities that I go to and see if there's anything that sounds really cool. And put that up there. You know, if you've ever been to Seattle, throw a picture of yourself in Seattle, you know, standing in front of whatever, you know, the world's first Starbucks. The only other thing I can think of in Seattle is Kurt Cobain's house. So, you know, put a picture of yourself in Seattle there. If you want to, if you're looking for a new job, you're looking to advance your job again, put up different things that signal that job. That could be as simple as something like a business card. It could also be pictures of you doing the things that are required of that job. You know, if it's a job that requires you to work on the computer to do graphic design, do you have pictures of yourself doing graphic design? Do you have some examples of graphic design that you can put up on the wall to be part of your whole vibe? Likewise, think of the life you want to live when you attain these things. So if you are trying to get a new job, maybe it pays a little bit more. What does that mean for you? So what are you going to be doing with that extra money? Are you going to be saving up for a new house? Are you going to maybe, you know, I'm looking at the little pictures on here. Maybe you'll sign up for a yoga class. Maybe you will buy yourself a new tarot or oracle deck. Maybe you will become a professional reader because of that. Maybe you'll join a class or a course. Maybe you're going to buy certain things. Throw up, you know, pictures and representations of that. Pinterest boards are totally vision boards, and you can make them so very specific. You just have to remember to go back and look at them, which is where I have trouble. I wish I could print out just the vision of my Pinterest board sometimes. Just on a piece of paper, just print it out, put it on my wall. Yeah, create a vision board. I mean, not that we need the book to tell us what that means. That's my favorite thing about this Oracle deck, is that it's incredibly simple to read. There's no confusion about making a vision board. But what does she say? Mantra or affirmation: my dreams have come true. Journal prompt: what are the top 3 things you want to manifest in your life? Actually, that's a really good, cool question. Pair images with words to add specificity and energy to your manifestation process. Get crafty with paper and scissors to construct a vision board with images that represent the things, people, and experiences you want in your life. Alternatively, use motivational images on your computer or phone background for a portable digital vision board. Do you guys ever use your phone like lock screen or background as a vision board? I absolutely do. I 100% do. I often will have a tarot card on the back right there. I have a piece of art right now. It's Oliver Hibbert, who is one of my faves. But it's 2 women kind of worshiping at the moon, and I'm like, yeah, that's legit. That's the vibe I want. Tarot cards, oracle cards, all of that kind of stuff I'm working on, stuff I want to get one day, stuff I want to create. I totally do that. This is a great little reading. I am going to put a photograph of the reading up in the group, and I'm going to upload this entire video to Patreon so that the witch vibes can be looked back on later. But yeah, I think that we have a good week coming up. We have Queen of Pumpkins, or Pentacles, so we've got lots of abundance and creation. We've got the Star, which is lots of hope and healing. Love that. We've got Rose, which means our hearts will be a little bit more open, and we will have a good time communicating within our relationships. And then make a vision board, something that can help you manifest these things that you want, the abundance, the hope, the healing, to keep yourself kind of focused on it and to bring that energy into your life. Having this I own my own home vision board up at my desk, sometimes it's the thing that makes me sit down and work. I don't necessarily feel like working today, but then I look at that and it's like, I really need to bring in more money. It can be as simple as that, right? I really need to bring in more money, or I really need to advance this part of my career. I really need to work on this so that I can accomplish this one day. It's a good thing. That's helpful. Yeah, Pinterest is great if you don't have stuff, like if you don't have somewhere to put it. You might not have a way to attach it to the wall or somewhere. You may not have paper or glue or pictures that you can print out. Pinterest is great for stuff like that. Oh, I don't know if I can show you this, but I really want you guys to see this candle. My Leo new moon candle. Okay. Oh. Let me see if I can just, yeah. So can you guys see that? You can see the yellow through the black. And you can see the Leo sign real nice. Oh, I'm so pumped. You know what I did to make that? I melted down a black taper candle, like a long tall one. That's just plain. It doesn't have smells. And I put it into a votive candle holder. These little yellow ones are pretty small, so I just filled it like whatever, halfway. And I stuck my candle in really good and, covered up the top and let it solidify, put it in the freezer a little bit so I could pop the candle out. Super easy. I love that. Yeah, I'm going to be doing that again. That was super easy and fun. What are we at? So, guys, so much for joining me this morning, for having coffee with me if you had some coffee. This was super fun. I absolutely love this morning chat vibe. I really love it. I think this is really nice. So hopefully you guys will be into doing it again. I think Sundays are a good day, but weekends don't work for everybody, right? They don't work for everybody. I can also do this on a weekday. So, let me know if this was too hard for you to interact with. Maybe Sundays are bad for that kind of thing or whatever. In the group, let me know. Any suggestions or recommendations you have for the group, please feel free to put them in there. Even if it's not something that's possible right away or that we're going to do, I love the suggestions and the recommendations. Getting other people's perspectives is always helpful for me. It kickstarts my own brain and my own creative process, right? I am very inspired. Oh, I'm so glad. Well, good luck, Corey. I know it's a little ways in the future, of course, but you're beginning a new journey with trying to move to a whole new place. Good luck with that. I really hope you find a fantastic place in Seattle and the job lines up and all of that stuff. Good luck. Same with you, Christina. I really hope this new job comes through. And I really hope you all have great luck with your manifestations, your dreams, your goals, whatever it is that you are looking to amplify or begin or draw in this new moon. I hope you have fantastic success, because why not? Leo's the sign of success. I think it's going to be great. We're going to have a pretty good week according to these cards. So, oh, you're welcome. So I hope you have a really great rest of your Sunday. Tomorrow we are meeting up to talk about American Brujeria, chapters 2 and 3, because I missed a week. So that's tomorrow. Keep an eye on the group. I'll be putting up the information for that real soon. Oh, I love that. I'm so glad. I hope some of these ideas help you guys out. Get your magical juices flowing. That's what I love. Bye, everybody. Oh, what time is that? I haven't decided. I gotta look. I gotta just double check. This is a busy week. I have fumigations on Tuesday, so I just have to make sure that Monday I'm on track. But it'll be in the group within the next few hours, that's for sure. Promise. Bye, guys.